Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And on the eve of the 20th anniversary of an event that would change my life in ways that I could not even imagine as it occurred and in the subsequent days, weeks, and months. An event that would mobilize the military-industrial complex to further eviscerate what was left of our free society, what was left of it, folks, here in this country. A constitutional republic with some checks and balances. Certainly ones that should have stopped what we saw on that day and brought the true perpetrators working on behalf of a predatory class that truly hates humanity would be brought to justice. And of course, 20 years later, instead of those people being exposed, they have been empowered, and their mechanisms of control are now outwardly announcing contact tracing, which is the ultimate slavery of you, your body, your family, your friends, your society, humanity in general, over anything they like. It will not just be COVID 1984. Biden announced this when he first came out of his basement before the election. We covered it many times. We continue to cover it. 100,000 contact tracers for COVID and other diseases. And when Australia tells you that they're using it in this new world order, it is not by mistake. It is literally a social climbing predator class minion that hopes to ascend one day to bootlick even further, okay, on behalf of enslaving humanity. It is that altar in which they say New World Order. New World Order. That is the truth. And on that eve, a guy like me is getting what? Totally and completely smeared in the mainstream media. There is this narrative that continues to be pushed by mainstream elitist establishment publications that somehow loose change is the godfather of the misinformation age, when that's an inverted reality, okay? And we're going to go over that. I want people to know that the term New World Order, no matter how off-putting it is again now being announced in Australia as what they will be living under. That is not a mistake. And I did a film, okay, over a decade ago, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, where we went through the history of the terminology, its mechanisms of control, no conspiracy theory, okay? No conspiracy theory there, although, again, those are the smears. From the New York Times piece trying to associate me with QAnon again and again and again and again. Doesn't matter how much I debunk that from the beginning. The same smears are there. Lizard people. You know, they love to accentuate the fact I'm a college dropout and a pizza guy. It's sad that I'm the guy. But don't worry. We don't do those interviews without having those journalists come on the show. So hopefully Tuesday we're actually going to have Kevin Roos on the program. And guys, we're going to take over the world. That's actually a quote from me. It's this 36-minute produced podcast. You can go listen to it if you like. But again, in this very small piece, how a viral video bent reality, we're living, okay, in the new world order of disinformation. And it's not because of loose change. It's not because of 9/11 truth. And by the way, shout out to Dylan Avery. There will be a short little premiere of, I believe it's the trailer, where family members are going to discuss, you know, their questions about 9/11. And many have over these last 20 years. Make no mistake about it. Here's the thing. While this is made, and it's, again, QAnon, all the QAnon truthers And, from the get-go, I'm wrong. COVID hoax. It's bizarre. Completely wrong. Not true. All these things are used, right? We never even talked about the information. In fact, Kevin will probably admit that we talked no actual factual information about 9/11 otherwise, okay? Because he didn't want to. He said he was not prepared to debate. And none of these people are, not even the supposed debaters. Here it is. Conspiracies all the way down, right? And this was written by Jim Meggs earlier this week, and he's on the podcast with McDermott, who I did and interviewed and eviscerated McDermott. Jim Meggs, 15 years later, we debated on the 5th anniversary of 9/11. There's no chance. And they always go to Jonathan Kay. Jonathan Kay is a guy who won't debate me either. He's pathetic. But they, amongst the 9/11 truth movement or amongst the truthers, it's a joke. It's a bad joke. So at least, Kevin agreed, because he wanted to do his podcast, that he will come on, and I at least respect that. But once again, guys, make no mistake about it. This is the New World Order. If you want to understand that, Loose Change, Final Cut, and Fabled Enemies, New York Times audience, if you just came over, watch the documentaries. He doesn't want to bring up, let's ask him, and we will ask him, what he knows about the Pakistani involvement in 9/11, or if that's important. If he knows that Joe Biden, the current president, the zombie in office, when he was a gangster, when he was Joey B., helped cover up the Pakistani intelligence involvement in 9/11 and bragged about it on television. That won't make the New York Times, will it? No, they'll act like that guy's in charge of the country. Okay? So again, make no mistake about it. We are in the New World Order. A lot of people love to play that one George Bush clip. Guys, I have a whole segment on Bush. We might play some of it here because we have it highlighted in the Rockfin. In fact, we will probably at the end. But thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Rockfin. So much of my stuff is censored there. There's the other thing. Like, we talk about what's on YouTube. The only stuff that's really been censored was, Senate testimony of Pierre Corey, Bill Gates being quoted in April of 2020 on the efficacy and the side effects of the boop boops, right? I mean, to call me a conspiracy theorist with 2,000 plus videos while YouTube age restricts the Epstein raid, raw footage, age restricts Anthony Saltolomasio, an actual eyewitness, inside the World Trade Center that day. He doesn't get to speak to anybody that's not 18 and signed in. Now, it's not Jason Burmis. Is that okay? Barry Jennings, right? Notice Barry Jennings wasn't really discussed. Although, Kevin, if you listen to that, gave, Building 7 a little bit at the end. I'll say this. He gave me more respect towards the end of it, but still tried to put his spin. But, hey, I respect the man is actually going to come on, okay? So, if you go to my Rockfin, $99.99 for the year, you save $20, or $9.99 a month, you get the premium stuff. But look, most of my stuff's free, 99+% of it. And Invisible Empire is in the highest quality here, and we're going to probably play the George Bush on campaign for the New World Order compilation that nobody else had. Okay? The links are down below to support the program. Odyssey, thank you for backing up my channel. I do appreciate it. And once again, the docs are free. Please go watch them. Okay. Right now, what we're going to play right here is Australian officials, okay, announcing contact tracing in the New World Order.
Will exposure sites be put back in place, especially with reopening and people going back to pubs and stuff? Because our exposure sites still... Will they be put back in place to be listed once we are reopening? Because they're not at the moment.
We will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order. And yes, it will be pubs and clubs and other things if we have a positive case there. Our response...
So it's everything. You're a slave in our New World Order. Do you get it? All right? You're the slave in our New World Order. It was all there all the time. That's what the Track Trace Database Society was about. That's what Invisible Enemies are about. That's why we called it Invisible Empire, right? Behind the scenes. And now even the news in Australia is admitting the rollout of this New World Order.
Today is the first full day of the New World Order. Outdoor gatherings are limited to 2 people. Exercise is allowed, but no further than a 10-kilometre radius from your home. Browsing in shops is not permitted. Only one person per household may leave to do essential shopping. And from tomorrow, funerals are limited to 10 people.
You can't see your loved ones after they've died. You can't exercise. No, this is about your health. This is a westernized country using the terminology of predatory globalists, but I'm the conspiracy guy. I'm the conspiracy theorist, right? Right? I'm the guy?
This is a world pandemic. It's a 1 in 100 year event. So you can expect that we will have transmission from time to time, and that's just the way it is. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. This is the new world order. This is the new world order.
Today is the first full day of the new world order.
I didn't know it was a clip up. Nathan Bernard, one of our great viewers, and jiu-jitsu champion, by the way. Bad mother trucker, I appreciate that. All right, thumbs it up, guys. We're going to go over, and we're going to watch, and remember, this is free over at Rockfin, but you can find it on YouTube as well. It's in the documentaries playlist. We're going to watch a little bit of this. We're going to jump to the Bush part, so let's pause that. Okay? Let's get Bush on parade for the New World Order. Lots of stuff in here, guys. I mean, who is this guy? There's old Brzezinski. There's Bushki. Here he is. Yep. Man, where is the Bush stuff? Did I already pass the Bush stuff? I couldn't have. I must have. He's way ahead. He's got to be. He's like the granddaddy of the NWO. That's some Bilderberg. There's good old Zelikow. There's Obama. Okay. That's Propaganda by Edward Bernays. There's some Mark Dice. There's some Clooney. Where are we? This is COINTELPRO. I'm sorry, guys. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Which Bush was really involved in all this stuff. Man, there's Clinton. It must be in like the first 20 minutes. Maybe not. Man, I haven't played this forever. Oh, there he is on tour. There we go. He loved it. There he goes. Bush would actually make a commencement address at Maxwell Air Force Base declaring the birth of this order.
And that's why I wanted to speak to you today about the new world taking shape around us, about the prospects for a new world order now within our reach. In the coming weeks, I'll be talking in some detail about the possibility of a new world order emerging after the Cold War. But today, I want to discuss another aspect of that order. You see, as the Cold War drew to an end, we saw the possibilities of a new order in which nations work together.
Listen, nations work together. Legitimize the United Nations. Legitimize the World Health Organization. Take away your constitution, your liberties. Okay? The rule of law under tyrants.
Refers to new ways of working with other nations to deter aggression and to achieve stability. As old threats recede, new threats emerge. The quest for the new world order is in part a challenge to keep the dangers of disorder at bay.
Oh, disorder. Yeah, obey. Obey. They say keep disorder at bay. They mean obey. Just like, listen, Biden was around during old man Bush back in his like younger gangster days. He wrote the article, it's in this, How I Learned to Love the New World Order, was part of that establishment. That's why he's the zombie frontman right now. Because you can't question anything. You just get censored, right? You can't say you have any evidence of anything because as soon as that goes viral and it's against the counter narrative, they just censor you. Your kid died in Afghanistan? You're upset at Joe Biden? We'll just take you off of Facebook and Instagram. Bye. Delete your account. You don't have a say. That's the disorder they want to keep at bay internationally.
We must build on the successes of Desert Storm to give new shape and momentum to this new world order.
Which they did. Which they did.
Only when this transformation is complete will we be able to take full measure of the opportunities presented by this new and evolving world order. The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities. This order gains its mission and shape not just from shared interests, but from shared ideals.
Shared interests, shared ideals, globalization. All right? This guy was such a mouthpiece. There was a backlash back then, right? A lot of people have never even seen that unless you've seen my film. Let's see if we got anything else.
After the Gulf War had ended, Bush was so obsessed with the idea of a new world order that he had a series of Glocks imprinted with the term that he would give to members of his administration, including Colin Powell, Brent Scowcroft, Dick Cheney, and General Norman Schwarzkopf. Cheney would even approve policy papers regarding the New World Order.
Defense Secretary Dick Cheney has approved a revised draft of a policy document on the New World Order. The Pentagon is backing off a controversial earlier draft and has abandoned a one superpower strategy. The final document puts more emphasis on international alliances and organizations.
This would be...
Do you get it? International alliances, organizations. This is a long time coming. Australia's not announcing that out of nowhere. All right? This is reality. We need to grow up and stop acting like the New York Times is an authoritative source. And look, again, I'd love to be proven wrong. All I had in these articles were ad hominem attacks, not addressing evidence. You've been debunked. I look at James Meggs' piece, okay? Let's just debunk James Meggs really quick, okay? He does his whole, jet fuel can't melt steel beams, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's just look at it. Okay. So here we go. He puts in his David Dunbar. These are the same lies that have been completely debunked. Beyond completely debunked. And they just keep repeating. Just like I debunked his lies, Meg's lies, and McDermott's lies. I gotta go listen to that podcast about Flight 93 and the 8 Mile debris field and all that. Take a look. They just say that the temperatures don't exist. They say that, again, steel loses its strength at 600 degrees. So therefore, I guess the 2,700 degree temperatures Fahrenheit don't exist. Right? Even though it's Peter Bukowski on the 16th, the head of FEMA in New York, telling you that. Even though you have NASA thermal imagery, that John Gross of NIST refuses. We've played that clip. You've got Ken Holden, the FEMA, talking about molten metal. All right? You've got multiple firefighters. That's just the molten metal aspect. Read it again. 2,700 degrees. You have Pataki on record. You've got Giuliani on record talking over 2,000 degree temperatures. Okay? And again, they don't debunk it. They just say it doesn't exist. And they're the authoritative source. You think that James Meggs doesn't know he's a piece of shit? You don't think he doesn't know he's a sellout and a liar? Of course he does. Of course he does. He has to know at this point. It's 15 years later after they're debunking. Debunked. I mean, give me a break. They're pathetic. So guys, I need your support now more than ever. We're expanding. I just got the lease agreement for the new building. I'm going to be looking over, filling out today. I'm on the road in a couple weeks, okay? I want keys to this place by October 1st. I want everybody to be able to see something by November 1st. And I want this thing fully operational by January 1st, 2022. Where we're really taking it to the establishment. And the true legacy of 9/11 Truth and the true legacy of Loose Change is to question authority, okay, to try and hold people accountable when they are deceptive, when they are predatory, when they are liars, when they are harmful to others. And again, realize that the truth is the truth, whether one person knows it or a billion people echo it, okay? It doesn't matter. The truth doesn't change. How many people believe it? That it doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. Okay? And it's never about left or right, guys. It's about right and wrong. The links are down below. Invisible Empire is free and high quality over at Rockfin. Make that free account. Another great way to support me. But again, premium $99 a year. You save $20. You lock in. You get everybody's premium content and it helps this broadcast. I absolutely